All right, so here's my, I guess this is my first training vlog. So I decided to sign up for the Imogene Pass Run with Jimmy, Ray, Jeff, and Matt. We all kind of did it almost all together, but yeah, decided to sign up for it this year. And here's my first trail training run. What we're gonna do is I am here, and if you can't tell, that road behind me is a service road, and it is a fairly steep incline. So I ran trail run from my house up to this spot, and then on Green Mountain, and from here I'm gonna do a 30-minute AMRAP of up and down, run it up, run it back down for the next 30 minutes, and see how many I can get and see how I do. So wish me luck. All right, so I just finished my 30-minute AMRAP. That was just fun, man. Like, the first 15 minutes I kept an eye on my watch, and just kind of like tracking time, how long it took me to get up, how long it took me to get down, how many I thought I could get, in a certain time frame. And then the back half, it was just like I didn't want to play that game with myself. So I just kept moving, and I watched my heart rate and the different zones that I was getting into and how long it took me to recover from basically my maximum heart rate to something that was a little bit more sustainable. The reason I like doing AMRAPs for running and stuff like this, or anything that you're not really good at, is because when it's an AMRAP, you just get the work done that you can get done. You know, that auto-regulated training that I've talked about in the past, where it's just like whatever you've got in the tank, that's what you can give. And however much rest you need, that's how much you take. And you just kind of figure out ebbs and flows of when to push yourself, when you need to back down, when to push yourself, when to back down. I finished 6 rounds in 28 minutes and 30 seconds. And I said to myself, all right, this is good. I could call it here. But there's that voice inside my head that says, go for another one, get as much done in that 90 seconds. I call it the Ryan rule. If you start the run before the clock hits 0, the whole run's gonna count. And then you just know that, you mark it in your notes, and then you just try to get better and better every time that distance or that run comes up. So I went for a 7th one. And I did really good on the way up. And I thought I'd back down on the way down, and I didn't do that either. I ran it down. So for my first trail run of this training cycle and of this challenge, great success. Total, at least through the end of the sprints, was 4.5 miles, which is 1.5 miles longer than I ran the other day. But that was all on flat surfaces, and the most I've run at one time, and I don't remember how long. All right, things that came to mind: how much work I need to do on my calves and my shins meaning the anterior tib, just for the amount of hills, the up and then the down, the volume of it for this race. I gotta make sure that my feet and lower legs are healthy. I gotta make sure that I'm continuing to mobilize my legs. Things that I need to work on. I think is some posterior chain strength, like mostly low back, and just anti-flexion when it comes to core work. So not really sit-ups, but more like holds and carries, planks, rollouts, stuff like that keep that long spine. And head position. When I'm running on trails, I'm looking basically straight down at my feet and at the surface immediately in front of me. Get after it, dude. Watching two mountain bikers going down a single track is terrifying. Head position. I'm looking down like at the ground almost immediately in front of me. And that's probably not the best approach to it. So, just some thoughts that came across when it came to technique and what I need to do to tweak my programming for this.